now for the hilarious Nick Allen! We're going for Rui, everybody, one more time. You guys sound fucking good, bro. This is good, man. I'm very happy to be here. I had my first kid not that long ago, so I'm pretty happy to be anywhere else. Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want one. At least not yet. It happened way quicker than I thought it was going. I mean, I was doing everything it takes to have a kid. No protection, pulling out way too late. But, you know, like a typical white dude, I didn't think there'd be any consequences for my actions. Now I got a kid I didn't really want. Paying the price. But yeah, dude, I remember when I found out, I didn't even pretend to be excited. It was a tough. First of all, my wife, she came out of the bathroom and she held that stick that she urinated on way too close to my face. Women, I don't know if you know, you gotta chill with that. She almost put it in my mouth. It's a stick you peed on. Wash it. But she pulls it out and she goes, "You see this vertical line? It means I'm pregnant." And I was like, "It's super faint, though. I can barely see that thing. What does that mean?" And she just goes, "It means I'm pregnant." And I was like, "Yeah, but is he gonna be a fucking weak kid?" Like, this line is translucent. I feel like we should want to have a dark line baby. This is his first assignment. He's already underachieving? What's going on? What are you building a pussy in there? As soon as I found out I was having a kid, and specifically a son, that became my #1 paranoia. Every day, just walking around, like, God damn, I hope this kid's not a bitch. I think it's probably got something to do with the fact that I'm 5'5". You know, it's rooted in that a little bit. I can admit it. It sucks, but he wasn't made with the best ingredients. He wasn't. My wife, she's a 5'2" white woman. I'm a tiny little white man. I get dandruff, eczema. I gotta put a filter on my shower, otherwise I flare up. It's ridiculous. I'm allergic to pistachio nuts. It's the gayest nut you can be allergic to. You know how embarrassing that shit is? Every time I'm at a restaurant, I'm like, "Any allergies we have to know about?" I gotta be like, "Pistachio nuts!" Okay, might as well raise my hand and be like, "Oh, I suck dick!" I do it. I'll suck your dick right now. Stop. I had a kid with another one, a small white woman. I'm positive the only strong thing we created was a new skin disease. That's it. And it pays me to trash my own people, which is what I'm kind of doing right now. But it's becoming pretty clear that as time goes on, white people, we're getting weaker. It's undeniable. Then half of the white people I hang out with, they can't even eat bread anymore. It's over. All these gluten-free restaurants popping up. They're for us, by us. There's nobody else gives a fuck about these places. Every white person I know, some type of allergy, intolerance, sensitivity. It's ridiculous. I've never been in a restaurant and seen a black person like, "Are there fucking peanuts in here?" I've never seen a black dude mention gluten in my life. I haven't. True, I asked one of my black buddies if he worries about gluten, and he looked at me and said, "Who's that?" It's a fucking white problem, bro. Can't even open this fucking bottle, that's how weak I am. Yeah, it's a weird thing to say. I think if white people were smart, we'd stop banging each other. It's contributing to our own demise. I've been thinking about this for a while too, I've realized. Because you remember when the news broke Serena Williams, she was gonna have a child with that white tech nerd? You remember that? You remember your first thought? I remember mine. I was just like, "You fucking cut your kid's athleticism in half. This kid is not going pro. What are you doing, Serena?" It's terrible for the game. I'll take it one step further. Sometimes I think about professional athletes who are half white and just wonder what could have been. I think about Derek Jeter a lot. He had a good career, but he had a white mom. And I think if not, I think a lot of those line drives that were left the fucking ballpark. That's what I think. And I'm a very big sports fan. I have this son now, and every fiber of my being wants this kid to be good at sports, but he's a complete white. It's probably not going to happen. If it wasn't clearly illegal, I would give my kids steroids almost immediately. I kind of feel like I should be allowed to. Other parents are giving their kids hormone blockers. I can't give my kid extra. Check out. I should just take him to the doctor. I'm like, technically he's a 10-month-old boy, but he's been telling me he feels like a slam dunk champion. Fucking shoot him up, doc. It's how he feels. How many people have kids here? It's a kid-heavy crowd? How many people have sons, specifically? So I had a son very recently, and I can't get over the fact that just the first major decision you have to make is whether or not you want to clip the tip of his piece off. Anybody else feel like that's too much, too quick? And me and my wife, it's not part of like a religious tradition for us. I know most people are just clipping shit willy-nilly, but we debated on if we were going to do it or not. We started telling our mothers to get their opinions, and they both immediately were just like, Fucking, you ever accidentally find out what type of dick your mom prefers? I wanted to blow my fucking head off for a week, dude. If you're thinking about this shit, keep it to yourself. But then also, my mother-in-law specifically, she was just like, you gotta do it. It's gonna get infected. It's very hard to clean. It's gonna get infected. Who's got their full piece in here that wants to talk about it? Anybody? Who wants to be a spokesperson for that community? People are talking shit about you guys. My mother-in-law thinks you got a dirty dick. What do you want to say to her? Anybody want to talk about that? I know it's a weird thing to ask, but anybody want to? It can't be that hard to clean, is it? My mother-in-law was acting like I was going to have to peel bark off a tree in order to get this thing clean. I imagine it's more like rolling your sleeves up when you wash your hands. I feel like it's like, you just pull it back and fucking get in there. Nobody wants to talk about that? All right. But that's what's good about having kids. You learn about yourself. I learned I'm very pro full dick. It just makes sense to me. I don't know. I feel like evolution isn't usually wrong. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm clipped, and I feel like mine's a little desensitized. It's been rubbing up against denim for 30 years. Full dicks. They've been in a ski suit their whole life. They're protected from the elements. It's like having a case on your iPhone. It's a fucking smart thing to do. I think it's probably a pretty good time to be a single dude, I would imagine. People don't typically agree with me when I say this. I think women are hornier than men. Yeah? Alright, nice. There's fucking 8 horny women in this room? Hell yeah. I do. Logically, to me, it just makes sense that you should be the gender that's out banging the other one. First of all, the recovery time on you guys is unreasonable. Is it not? My wife is ready for her second orgasm in the middle of her first one. It's lunacy. I can't do that. I need a glass of orange juice in an hour. I need 2 episodes of Seinfeld before I'm like, fucking reloaded. And also just in the realm of pleasure too, I would think sex should be a thing women would want to do way more often. I think if the female orgasm was like a roller coaster, the male's is a seesaw. They're barely the same thing. I let one go, I tighten up a little bit. My wife looks like a fucking fish I pulled out of the river. It's ridiculous. When women come, they look like they got hit with a taser. If you're a man and you're not laughing, you've never made a woman come. That's what they look like. And that's not what I look like when I come. I look like a fucking old Asian man. It's true. Every time I come, I'm just like, oh. That's it. I think it's pretty obvious the female orgasm is more intense than the male. I remember reading somewhere one time the female orgasm has a similar effect on a woman's brain as doing hard drugs. Like the level of oxytocin it releases, or something, which that makes sense to me because the way my wife treats me is directly correlated to how recently she's gotten off. In bed immediately after, she's like, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. What you do for this family is unreplicated. Bro, we approached 3 days without her coming. I leave her kitchen cabinet open and she's like, I'll fucking raise this kid on my own. You think I won't? You know where the door is. Like, God damn. This bitch is withdrawn. Yeah, you gotta hit her with the methadone. Get in there quick. know how to deal with in my relationship. My wife's biggest problem with me right now is I'm on the road with Kevin, I'm doing all the shows, I'm gone every weekend. Every time I get home and I see her and she's like, she thinks I should be more excited than I am. I'm not excited enough when I walk in. And I'm trying to explain to her that it feels like I didn't even leave because we talk the entire fucking time. She texts me every 10 minutes so you know I'm alive. They send me 12 TikToks every day that I have to watch because you need my opinion on them. When was I supposed to miss you? And she gets mad. She's like, you greet the dog better than you greet me. I didn't talk to him the whole time. Also, I don't know what you think you're doing, but he's way more fucking excited to see me than you are. This guy pees a little bit every time I walk in the house. You don't even put your phone down. You start peeing when I come home, I'll get on my knees and rub your belly. How about that? What I think we should do, we need to start, implementing the things we do with our dogs into our human relationships. The dog ones, they're working out way more. Nobody's divorcing their dog. Nobody's at their therapist just like, I don't know if I love my dog anymore. Nobody's saying that shit. I think a big part of it is the lack of communication. You have real separation from your dog. Every time I leave my house, my dog is like, shit, the guy who feeds me just left. I'm probably gonna die in a few days. And then I get home and he's like, holy shit, he's fucking back! And we've never fought. I miss being single once in a while. Another thing I experienced while I was single is black women had the ability to make me feel good about myself in a way that nobody else could. I've been lucky enough to be hit on by a few black women, and every time it happens, it feels better than any drug I've ever taken. And I don't know, it's the things they say, the way they say it, turns me into a child. They'll be like, oh, you're one of them fine white boys, huh? And I'll be like, who, me? It's incredible, bro. One time I was walking down a New York City block and there was a black woman staring at me hard. And as we crossed paths, I turned around to see if she continued to stare. And she did. And she goes, you're just so handsome, that's why I'm looking at you like that. And my white ass just went, thank you! And I kept on moving. And I was high off of that shit for like a month, bro. I was euphoric. I remember my first thought after she said that was, I think I'm gonna make it as a comedian. That was my feeling. It's got nothing to do with her thinking I'm attractive, but that's the level of power behind that shit. White women have told me I'm attractive before, to be like, you look like Jake Gyllenhaal. And I feel nothing. Anytime a white woman tells me I'm attractive, I question their judgment. That's it. A black woman tells me I'm hot, and I believe in my dreams. It's a wild chasm. It's good. But yeah. Are you guys a couple? How long you guys been together? 12 years? Hell yeah, it's a good amount of time. It feels like you want me to move on immediately. Can I ask you a couple more questions? You alright with that? Sure? Do you guys remember the first time you hooked up? You do? Did you use protection? No? Hell yeah, alright, good. A couple of risk takers in the front. Yeah, dapping up for raw sex. It's good. I'm not judging. For some reason I'm curious as how people always determine whether or not they use protection the first time they hook up with someone new. Because when I was single, I would just vibe it out. I know you fucking guys know what the vibe method is. You never vibed it out? I was in bed with a chick one time. I went into my nightstand and got a condom, and I was like, shit, I'm all out. And she was like, it's cool, I'm clean. Are you? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, it's whatever anyways, it's the year 2020 and we're destigmatizing STDs. And I was like, holy shit, I just found a condom. Because that was me vibing it out. And the vibe I got is you are riddled with STDs. It's a good method. Being single, it's a good story. This is probably my best dating app story. One time, I matched with a girl. She invited me over immediately, and I showed up, and she had a lazy eye, like a potent one. She answered the door, the right eye greeted me, and the left eye was dealing with something in the kitchen. It was madness. And I banged her. I didn't leave. I'm not a piece of shit. I gave her the business. And I will point out, one perk about sleeping with a girl with a lazy eye is they look like they're coming hard. The whole fucking time, bro. Throughout the whole thing, just one eye in the back of her head. I was like, I'm killing it!